Are you spending too much time with your friends, going out, leaving your spouse at home alone, crying?
How much is too much time?
How much is too much time with other people versus by yourself versus together as a couple? We are two as one. I am Karin,
I'm Andres.
and I am a licensed marriage and family therapist, and I work with a lot of people, and we have all kinds of problems going on. A lot of it, when it comes to couples, is really about communicating and coming to a place where we can balance things out, right?
It seems like our communication is the key.
Yes, and communication, we got to remember, is not just what comes out of your mouth. A lot of that has to do with these. How is it that goes? We have 2 ears because
Right.
and one mouth because we're supposed to listen more than we speak.
Oh, that's interesting. Good point.
Right, right. I don't know who came up with that, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's very true. Yeah. So, we are all different people who have different kinds of needs. Some people are very extroverted and they love spending time with other people and do not like to be by themselves. And other people are more like, yeah, I just like to hang out by myself. I need to recharge my batteries by being by myself. And for me, well, I'm more of an introvert. For me, being with you is the same thing. So, I can recharge my batteries when I'm with you, and that's just perfect. And
We just happened to be in someone invited us to this party, birthday party. The last weekend was a lot of people that we don't know, and we happened to end in a corner in the kitchen. That was funny.
I know. I love the couple that invited us. But again, they were the only people that we knew. And sometimes we can, make friends with other people. But we tend to be a little more on the same page with regards to that.
And I happens to be doing something later, so I asked if you want to stay.
And I was like, this is the perfect excuse for me to sneak out with you, because we drove in 2 different cars, separate cars. Yeah, we were coming from opposite directions. So.
Yeah, but seriously, how much is a good time? How much is good to stay away from your loved one, from your partner? What do you think?
Well, again, that really depends a lot. See, you have to be able to spend some time together, right? I mean, otherwise, why are you together? And I think it's a lot of what are some things that you do? Maybe you have things that you enjoy doing together, or maybe sometimes there are couples who don't like to do anything together. I mean, he has his interests and hobbies, and she has hers, and they don't like the same TV shows and all kinds of things there, and. So you have to find something that you can do together that is something that you don't feel like you're compromising who you are, but you can still enjoy that. Maybe it's that you have some sort of sports team that you play on, let's just say, and I go to cheer you on because it's also a time that we could spend together ish, and I'm supporting you in something that you really enjoy.
Yeah, that's good. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that everything is about balance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and because in my first marriage, for many, many years, my husband, then he was very involved in softball, and it was not my thing, but what I would go sometimes, because I also don't think, again, that pretend that you love something that you don't love. Also, I was very busy working full time and going to school full time, and of course that comes with homework and all the things with that. So I really didn't go to any of this stuff. He was busy running around working and working full time and playing softball part time, and that was a lot of time there. So it worked out. I mean, he did his thing, I did my thing. I would have liked to have had more fun, but that's just not how that works out when you're working and putting yourself through college. But that was my choice, right?
Yeah, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The interaction between couples, and the habits, the things that you like, the things that you enjoy, could be something that help the relationship to
Mm-hmm.
grow.
Yeah, yeah. And again, each relationship is different. So with us, it just happens that we enjoy a lot of the same things. We both enjoy bicycling. We enjoy staying fit. We enjoy working out. So we've done a lot of working out together. Now I have my Orange Theory membership, and you'll work out at another gym that's free for you. And, it works out in that way. And we enjoy just spending a lot of time also at home, or going to the beach, or exploring new towns and things like that. So we both enjoy our love languages, touch and quality time together. And so it's a lot easier usually when you have the same love language, right?
And in your experience, how the couples to come to see you deal with this situation?
For some people, it's very challenging because it also sometimes depends on how deeply divided are they already coming in, because sometimes the going out and spending time away has to do with avoiding your partner, because we have just built up so much resentment against each other, or one against the other, that I'm just out of there. It's like the next step to separation, right? And where others, it's just really a matter of having different personality styles. Some people like to be out and social a lot, and other people. And now these days, there's also a large number of people who are working from home, so they're always home, and then they feel isolated, that they want to go out, where then maybe the other partner works away from home, so it's like, whew, they're glad to finally be home and have a little peace and quiet, where the one that's working at home is like, oh my god, I'm here by myself in this house with the four walls and the computer. I need to get out and see life.
Right.
uh, so that can be a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, definitely. So it's this situation is, it seems like it's related with the trust as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that right connects to the last video with trust and jealousy, right? Where if you've had other relationships where, and it depends also, where are you going? If you're going out with the guys, are you going to bars? Do I know that you're just hanging out with the guys and really connecting with your guys, or are you with a group of guys who are out gawking at other women and doing that type of thing, or going to the strip club and that type of thing? Or do I know you because you have always shown up being solid right here in our relationship, so that has a lot to do with it as well.
Yeah, as it seems like the things got a little bit more complicated when you don't have that trust, and
Mm-hmm.
and made that grow with the relationship.
For sure.
That could be an issue. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. And then how much are you helping your partner feel secure in the relationship? Uh, y- y- because am I making this myself a safe place for you to come to me, and a place that you want to come to, as opposed to, oh, I'm always bitching and telling you, snapping at you, ordering you around and whatnot. Then why would you want to come and hang out with me, right? That's not very nice.
What could be a red flag? If I'm saying, hey, I'm gonna go away for a little bit, but in this place, and then you ask, hey, can I go? I say, maybe. So what could be a red flag that you as a in the relationship now makes you think, oh, well, what's going on? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Yeah.
share a little bit more information with me about it.
Well, yeah, exactly that. Like, if you are being evasive, or if you're telling me you're going to hang out with this person, and then the person's, let's say, the person's wife reaches out to me, hey, have you seen, so and so, and you start to recognize that there are discrepancies between
Mm.
the behavior and what's being said, and also in general, do I feel as though you've been pulling away from me? Have we maybe not been so intimate? Have you just not been sharing your life with me so much, your thoughts and what you're thinking, and the ways that you have been in the past? So patterns of behavior are usually something to look for.
Yeah. So this the fact that the someone in the relationship is trying to avoid the other, that could be a red flag.
For
Definitely,
sure.
right?
For sure. Of course, these days a lot of people they are always tracking each other. It's like
I was thinking about that.
right.
Maybe before was easier, with not much technology,
Yeah.
but nowadays it's kind of
Big Brother's watching.
even with the toothbrush.
Oh gosh, share that story. Share that story.
Well, now apparently you can track. This couple with kids, they got this toothbrush that the mom can track if the kids are using, how often they are using the toothbrush. So the husband toothbrush happens to be connected, and then she she found that the husband was using the toothbrush in very weird times during the day, and long story short, she found it that he was cheating on her.
Right.
Because the toothbrush. So be careful.
Bet nobody ever thought of that one before, huh?
Oh no, that was
Wow. That's crazy.
very interesting.
Yeah. And I always say, hey, if you are in the place where you feel like you want to go off and do things with other people, you need to just break it off with the person that you're with first, because that is just, it's devastating enough as it is to break up, but to be cheated on and that betrayal is just absolutely devastating. So
Yeah,
yeah
not good.
yeah. So now we don't track each other because we're not really into that type of thing.
We barely know how to use phones.
You lucky you get this. Oh goodness. But so long story short, really it's a lot about communicating, and this is good stuff to talk about and figure out while you're still dating. I always talk about the dating phase is a vetting phase. You get to vet this person, and the more that you show up authentically as you really truly are, and as the way that you want to show up, and the way you want to show up, not just in the beginning in the honeymoon phase, but always, then you are going to have less surprises down the road when things get a lot more difficult, when you have interweaved your life and gotten married and money and bought big purchase together like your home and all these different kinds of things. So the sooner you can weed out people who were not for you, you can avoid a lot of these problems. But without that, really creating meaningful times. If sometimes it's just that a phase of your life that you may be working really hard and you're going to college, right? Or you are maybe in a job whether you're traveling a lot, whether it's military or a job where you're just in sales or something, you're traveling a lot, working a lot, big demands. And sometimes there's some sort of compromise there, and maybe it's for a period of time that you can see, like, okay, I know I'm going to graduate in 4 years, or this is a contract that's going to go on for this amount of time. Then it's even really important to, okay, well, this is our time together and we're going to totally dedicate it to make it special. But even when you don't have time constraints, we all have time constraints, but not huge time constraints, then it's really important to when you are, and how do you make, those moments special, is by being present, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, I'm here, my body is here, but my head, my mind is totally somewhere else. I'm worrying about something else, I'm thinking about something else, and then I'm missing out on all of this right here.
Yeah. In being present, scrolling the phone all the time, it doesn't count.
No, you got to put the phone down and leave it over there, which is really a big one. I'm glad you mentioned that. So, when you're really carving time out between the two of you, then I highly recommend put the phone away. And what's his name? He has a really cool name, but he wrote the book, something about the why.
Oh, yeah, I know the book.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah, you'll see here.
Yes, right there. It's he spoke about this, about the phone, that when you have the phone, even if you lay it on the table, which we do, lay it on the table, even if you flip it with the face down, that it's still something that's right there that says to the other person, okay, you're important, but
Yeah.
this phone here.
The way how he
Yeah.
said in the book is really nice. And he
Yeah.
says, "Oh, how magnanimous of you that dedicate a little bit of time, even with the phone is on the table."
Right. Yeah, it's really good. It was really good.
Yeah.
So it's the little details that start to add up and provide a bigger impact in how are you interacting in this moment.
Yeah, I remember when you are dating, when you are interested in the other person, you have all your senses on that person. So once you get married, you should to try to keep in the same way.
Yeah, what I usually say is date your spouse forever. Yep, we can get lackadaisical and a little lazy, and it's like yeah, I see him every day and whatever. But no, that's how you start to lose the relationship, when you get really lazy like that. But every day, it goes back again to that whole idea of gratitude. When you go into every day with a sense of gratitude, and that's part of who you are, you really generate that environment of gratitude within each other, within the marriage, then that's something that's really going to carry you through the difficult times as well.
Yeah.
And remind you of how special and unique this is. The fact that you met each other, even, the fact that you're here. I mean, from all the things that all the people in the entire world, somehow or another, you two met each other, and here you are. It's quite fascinating.
Right. It's beautiful. And to me, the people who is in another level is the people who fish together. That's people from another world. I highly respect that.
It's beyond your conversation. And I was just telling you that, well, they might think the same way about us. It's like those couples that go out and they bicycle for miles and miles and miles. Like, whew, I don't know how that's got to be love. And first, like, yeah, we love it. So that's it today. Again, making sure that you communicate from the beginning of your relationship, and be honest. Always be honest. Because that's how you're really going to get ahead. So what are your thoughts? What are your experiences? What has worked? What has not worked? How, if you are dating somebody or married to somebody who's the opposite, sometimes opposites do work. I don't say always, and sometimes, somehow you make it work, right? And it's a lot about what are you putting into it, and if you have the right ingredients that make it work, right?
Yeah, your comments gonna help somebody else for sure.
Yes, absolutely. And also want to remind you that my 6-week mindset challenge is available. It's free. You can access it right here. Actually, it's The link is in the comments, but this is what it looks like. And this was number 5 of the 10 reasons why couples argue. So keep on looking on for the next ones, and if you haven't seen the other ones, look in the list to find the others.
Like, share, and subscribe.
We love you. Go out and shine your beautiful inner light.
Thank you.